things. I said, I challenge you, manifest.
What?
As they say, the proof of the pudding
Okay.
is in its eating. Yesterday, for the first time, I saw the power of manifestation. It was almost like a miracle.
Do this technique for 2 minutes and expect miracles. Hello and welcome. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchroshakti. Today I have with me Mr. Sunil Nair, my father, who's going to relate to you an experience he had yesterday firsthand of a miracle manifestation technique, and then I'm going to tell you what the technique is. But first I will hand over to Sunil Nair to tell the story.
And hi, being a parent and Kartika living with us, we are exposed to a lot of, this teachings of hers. And she often talks about manifesting things into your life, and we do get quite a lot of information from her. But yesterday, for the first time, I experienced, what she meant by being able to manifest. We had actually gone to the hospital because I wanted to get a checkup done. And post the checkup, we came down in the basement of the hospital. The car was parked. And I got into the car and I tried starting the car, but the car wouldn't start. And I tried all kinds of things, and it felt as though the starter motor was not working, and probably the wiring was eaten by rats. I'm not sure.
You
had
went
a
and
feeling.
checked
I opened the bonnet and checked whether there was any wiring which looked as though it was eaten by rats or any kind of cut in the wire. So I tried for about 15 minutes, but in vain. And then I said, we'll have to call a mechanic, and he'll come and whether they can tow the car from the basement or not. Anyway, I said, while we are doing it, was already late. I said, let's go and have lunch in the cafeteria of the hospital. And during the course of the lunch, I did call up a mechanic friend of mine, but he was not available. He said he can only come before 7 o'clock. He cannot come before 7 o'clock in the evening. And we also got in touch with the company's emergency towing service. And they wanted a lot of information. So we went to the cafeteria and ordered our food. And I was quite frustrated because we had already spent about 5-6 hours in the hospital. It took a lot of time to get the test done. And I was quite keen to get back home. And in the course of calling up the mechanic and others, I was so frustrated and disturbed. Then it suddenly dawned on me that I'm sitting with the person who keeps saying that you can talk to the universe and ask for whatever you want in life. And I said, let me test her. So I told her, I said, let me see whether you can manifest, you can, speak to the universe and manifest the car starting. Let me see how good you are in it. And, I was just doing it out of the frustration, and having heard her so many times telling us that you can manifest whatever you want in life and things. I said, I challenge you, manifest. And we had our lunch. During the course of the lunch, I did try to get in touch with other mechanics and things like that. Finally, anyway, I said, it's a challenge to you, and let me see how powerful is your teaching. And we came down after lunch, and I got into the car.
So before that, while we were in the cafeteria, I did the technique, which I will share with you in a few moments. I did that technique, and then we went down. So he asked me after I did the technique, he said, have you spoken to your universe? I said, yes, I have. So that was that part of the story where I had finished the technique within 2 minutes, and then we went down, and you were very skeptical. Then we came into the car.
We went to the car. I touched the car. I also blessed the car.
Did you?
Yes, I did bless the car. And then I got into the seat and I put the key inside and cranked. First crank, the car's engine started like it was a brand new car. And for a moment I was taken aback. 15 or 20 minutes of struggling, and the starter motor would not budge at all. And we came down after lunch, and there you have it. So personally, of course, we are all at our age a little skeptic about these things, but I was quite happy and I was quite amazed. And the engine started with showing no weakness. You know, it was a very powerful engine which just started, and that's it, man.
And what was your reaction after that?
I mean, firstly, I was very happy because I was quite frustrated. Now I get a mechanics
will
vehicle
not
will not come into the basement. The car has to be pushed all the way up, you know, from the basement onto the ground level where the towing vehicle. All those things were working in my mind, and the moment the car started, I felt so happy and relieved.
And you were stumped.
And I had no words. So.
But
there is something, there is something very powerful that happens.
The funny thing is,
you have to believe in it, and you have to learn the technique. So going forward, there are certain things which I want to achieve in my life, certain goals. I want to play golf as a single-digit handicapper. So my daughter has promised to help me out.
You didn't say help me, you said manifest it for me.
Yeah, I actually asked her to, I wanted to get the easy way.
Cranked up the car, and then he's like, oh, can you manifest my golf for me?
I said I wanted it the easy way. Can you manifest for me to play as a better golfer and single digit handicapper? And she told me, I can't do anything, you have to do it yourself, but I'll teach you the technique.
I can, but you have to do it yourself.
Yeah,
you have to learn and do it yourself.
So like you all, I am also going to learn how to manifest my desires and dreams. And that's it. Thank you very much. Nice talking to you. Over to you, Kartika.
Okay, please thank Sunil Nair in the comments for sharing his part of the story. And funny thing is, I've been telling you all the success stories, thousands, healings in our course and crazy things. But it was your first time experiencing it actually that made the faith come into the process. Absolutely. Even though all of what I know about law of attraction, I've learned from books that he has in the library. But somehow he never believed in it, didn't have faith in it until he experienced it firsthand. So, okay, good. Thank you. Thank him in the comment section, and then now I will tell you what.
Okay, guys, bye.
Bye. I'll tell you what the technique was. Okay, what did I do in that 2 minutes while he was trying to call? He was frustrated. Nobody was coming. Couldn't tow it out. There was so much frustration in the air, so much upset in the air. But what I was doing was being patient and being calm. And what I did was, for 2 minutes, I closed my eyes and I just celebrated the feeling of the car switching on and us riding. So I celebrated that feeling. I saw myself celebrating, dancing, seeing that the car had switched on, and I felt it in every cell in my body. 2 minutes, maybe less, maybe a few seconds. But I felt that in my body of, that feeling of me dancing and the car moving and feeling excited that the car started moving. That is all I did, 2 minutes. And then after that, even though from the cafeteria down to the basement, he was not, there was no faith on his side. But you lead by example, which is a great part, because if you have in your family or your husband or wife does not have faith in this, that's where you can lead by example. So I told him, I said, don't mess up my juju. Okay, it's gonna happen. So he went first crank of the car, it started, and I wasn't surprised because I've done this so many times in my life where I've just quietly celebrated the feeling, assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I've done it so many times when things are not working, especially with equipment, cars, TV, things like that. When things are not working out, celebrate the feeling that it works out and see what happens. Okay, so this is a 2 minutes technique. Try it at home, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and comment what you thought about it. So on the 14th, 15th and 16th of October, we're having a 3-day workshop on breaking repeating blocks, repeating patterns in your life. So if there's something in your life that's happening again and again and you're really breaking your head to try to figure out how to stop it from happening again and again, this workshop is for you. So we're doing 3 days, deep processes, healing, meditative and written processes. So you can register for it in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye! Do
Hello.
a bit. I
Sorry.
have to do my introduction. Bloopers. Okay.